Good morning and welcome to today's Be the Light meditation. I do these every single week, and maybe you follow, or maybe you just come in when it's a certain topic, but I'm here with you. We're all learning as we go, as things are changing so quickly that sometimes we get all balled up, we go into stress. And so we're going to talk about that today and what the answer is. I'm Jan Jorgensen. These are the Be the Light meditations, and my platform is soundandlighthealingarts.com. So I've said before in these, I almost said medications. Well, honestly, the answer to every issue is just raise your vibration. Then it becomes small stuff. This meditation is about getting out of that little stuck emotional area where you can't see options, creative solutions. We get all balled up. Think of it this way. It's like a little cyclone that's very, very, very tight, or a spiral. And then suddenly, oh my God, now I see what it was about. And you start putting those puzzle pieces together. And then, these days, the game changes. You are not the same person you were a year ago, a month ago, or even yesterday. With the vibrational pulses coming in through Schumann resonance, the divine plan trajectory accelerating, people around us in their states of vibration, it is getting wilder and wilder. So you will go into that tight state again. That's the good news and the bad news. I understand that beings all over the universe, galactic universal beings, are all watching Earth all the time. We're like a fishbowl. And what is present here that's absent everywhere else, where the beings are like Spock, is emotions, drama, and passion. So we need to put our passion to work for us, but not impulsivity. We need to balance it with patience. Here's our passion. Here's our impatience. Boom, hit more walls, hit more walls, hit more walls. Why? Because you are not ready for that next alignment, or the people around you that you're going to co-create it with are not ready, or the global social mass consciousness is still lagging and moving. So no wonder we feel like, oh my God, I had a meditation. I did the Be the Light. I see the future is so perfect. Okay, that might be a month away. That might be 3 years away. And your path is not solo. It's not exclusively you ramming and efforting and saying, I want this. One of my daughter, who's always been very strong, she'd say, what am I want? And what she meant was, I want what I want. And we forget divine timing and patience. So I'm feeling a little giddy this morning because I have been following Spirit, stair-stepping, and even blurting out things sometimes because I've been fully open to what's next. And I am laying a golden spiral, just like the Wizard of Oz, just like that Fibonacci. I have been laying the communications, the activities, and the thoughts all in a certain direction that if I knew it all at once, it would blow all my circuits. So often in these meditations, we say, what's the next best step? Clear your fields, get absolute clarity, and then trust it. This is a solo journey for listening to your guidance. Your guidance comes from Spirit that can see what everybody else's guidance's timing is, so you can trust that we're baking a new cake to celebrate divine alignment on Earth. But you can't get that if you're listening to other people because they've got their sideways agendas and projections, predatory behaviors. And you can't get it if you're not clear. If you have fears and you're talking to spirit, you're going to let little beings, entities, and even your own thoughts start growing with negative energies that attract more disembodied negative energy communications called entities. And sometimes even the highest beings, if you're not doing your spiritual hygiene, which comes right with the Be the Light meditation, which is one of the reasons I do it every week, get everybody else's energy out of your field, you can go sideways on something that has strong consequences later and reminds you, get back on your path. Thy will be my will. And then you got to trust it. You can't get mad at God or your higher spiritual guidance because we can't see the glorious potentials. And today I'm sitting at a new platform of seeing the bigger picture, which I orchestrated without even thinking, with just following spirit. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so creative. It's so collaborative. It's actually taking what is good and not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I'm just throwing out the bathwater and reorganizing things for everyone's benefit. And you're a light worker if you're watching this. If you are reorganizing things so they work for truth, beauty, love, and goodness, at first people are going to say, well, that's not traditional. That's not right. Hold the field, because we're breaking down old archetypes of limitation for humans built on old religious doctrines, old control freaks, and, sitting at political desks signing off things to make partners and other people subservient to their wills. I was watching Downton Abbey, which is lovely, the costumes, but the sense that all those servants had of less than, of servitude, and having to be so thankful for crumbs, that in itself is a dinosaur ready to be released from this planet, where every being gets to experience their divinity, gets to experience justice, egalitarian society with elected officials based on truth. All of this is coming, and we begin with ourselves. We are the spark. So today, again, we're going to talk about passion versus patience. All right, let's drop in. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And I know you're already starting to think something you've been passionate about that hasn't happened. And you think, well, why? I want that. I deserve it. The perfect partner, the perfect house, perfect community. Maybe what's being created for you is not even visible yet. We keep honing the diamond. So by letting go of any sadness or grief that it hasn't happened, opens a bigger door to allow it in. See how it works? The law of resonance. Each time you tell yourself, I don't have my beloved, it must be something about me, I'll never have my beloved, boom, down drops that vibrational meter. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And the key is to have the perfect balance, precision of passion, tempered by patience. This is the formula for success and for your soul to soar as it will if you allow it. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We put a beautiful holon of balance and octahedron over our own energy field. We remove everyone else's energy. Be free. Birds can't fly if they're clumped together, or stuck or corded to each other. We need our own aerodynamics and freedom to soar with a spaciousness that just our own system is navigating and feeling the elements, the air, the temperature, all that is. And then working with other beings who are sensitive to the natural form of energies. But they're not in your space. Think about it, a flock of birds. Murmuration, they're all working together, but they're individually trapeze artists. So we are refining and defining and aligning. Boy, that was quite the trio. Your system to be fully operational and bright and balanced in the precisely synchronized vibrational patterns. Beautiful. Good. We've removed everybody else's energy, and now you've got this beautiful self pattern shining and glowing. There you are. Open your crown chakra and connect to the Creator's energy. Feel it flowing in through the grid, beautiful, into your 0 points. And in this moment, you are infinite potential. You're present, alive, and free. And guess what? Now you get to spark it with your passion. So you can see yourself. You can see yourself getting up, doing what you love to do. And resonating out with not, I can't find my beloved, but I am open and allowing for my beloved to come and share this glorious field of me-ness, of my I am divinity. Beautiful. When we are filled with this fullness and satiation of all is given in timing, there is no pressure, there is no efforting, there is no coveting, there's no attachment, but the desire is there. And the desire blows into your heart like a warm ember, and whatever your desire is a frequency code going out. So if you are looking for a partner, your specific frequency code for the highest, best partner, when you see, hear, or around by listening to Spirit saying, go here, do this, ta-da, there they are. Like the little darts that go on the thing, you look at that person, dart goes right in the middle. Oh, another frequency dart. Oh my God, look, we're the full rainbow. We match. Here's a resonance. Let's see where this goes. Do you see how that works? By owning and holding all of your own frequencies without holding back negative thoughts. Your presence can be the full dartboard. And I say this not as an ouchy dart, but a Valentine's arrow. Valentine's is coming up. That you are allowing and opening and resonating who you really are. So later you don't have to say, oh my God, I wasn't authentic. I was based on old wounds or posturing or someone else told me to. But what if you just open up to the vulnerable, beautiful, not quite finished, imperfect person, and let that other not quite finished, imperfect person see you and feel like I want to walk the earth with this person. I can feel in your heart the yes. Oh my God, this is the path. Love myself. Fill in all of my frequency fields and open. And I will be patient because maybe that person has to do this little thing first or this little thing first on their journey, because I am so full of love and joy and friendships and color, and my passion isn't just about another person. It's about creating in life, cooking, traveling, layering relationships and circles and connecting, whatever turns you on, and whatever turns you on, not exactly what turns other people on. Passion. Passion. Passion can be as simple as opening your door and letting other people have fun in your space, and then they leave, and you feel like, oh, I feel so fulfilled. For some people, it's sculpting a beautiful, making the Statue of Liberty. That was a passion. That was a gift that keeps on giving to our world, very poignantly now. So you can be full of self-love. And the way you become fuller is to follow your passion. And your true beloved will not see you unless you are in your fullness. Your best, truest beloved won't be able to see you shining the right frequency codes for the meetup. That's why we have a lot of I call them practice relationships, of meeting people and working and learning maybe to find our voice, or how to be safe in our physical bodies, or all sorts of things. But to find the target of beloved, we go into our full personal light field, ignited by passion so it's alive. One time, a reader told me, Richard Unger, famous hand reader in Tiburon, said, Jan, you're the sort of person the most men won't even look at as a potential person to resonate with, because the right person won't see you unless you are doing your work. Because that frequency and light will be very attractive to the right partner. It's almost like in his mind, he wants to see a woman in the red dress. And if I show up and I'm not doing my work, I'm not wearing the red dress, so it won't be his future mate in his mind, because it doesn't have the red frequency of passion and love, and all that represents to him. He'll take a pass. So think about that. If you're not in your passion and you're just sitting there, as I said, or mad, disappointed, or will never happen, they're not going to even pass. Everything points to be the light, and light means be in your highest joyous vibration, no matter what. This is all a theater here anyway. So let's drop into our heart and see if there's any kernel of resistance to what I'm saying. But. Take a breath. And essentially what I'm reading is, many of you are saying, but I've never felt safe in relationships. I've never felt loved. I felt looked over. My heart has been broken. All right, put all that into a basket. We're going to label it my life's journey. Practicing. Okay? Now, you're going to take that and you're going to bless it. You're going to take a deep breath, and all the love, unconditional forgiveness in your heart is just going to blow that basket back out into the universe in a million pieces. Take a deep breath and blow. Been there and done that. That's the old human story way. And now take your attention to your heart and see it as an open, beaming, luminous, deep pink rose, touches of gorgeous blues and purples, completely open. And in your mind, repeat after me. I ask and intend to hold an open, pure heart that is aligned with my authentic frequency pattern. I am allowing my divine vibration to be the dominant frequency in my emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual field now. Beautiful. And then we continue. Repeat after me. I am allowing my innate passion to guide and steer my thoughts, actions, and choices. I am blossoming. I inspire others in my presence. I am patient for outcomes that I desire. Beautiful. Okay, we just kind of like dotted the I's and crossed the T's, and everything is falling into place for a happy life and the highest potential readiness for friends, communities, healers, lovers, co-creators. And that's where the patient comes in. You're too happy to worry about when. Everything is a blink in this reality. And time is a construct. The minute you die and go back to heaven, you'll say, it was a blink. It is a blink. So we get way too serious, and it's so easy to choose happiness. And in the Be the Light processes of owning and refining and being this light and filling up, we truly have the best opportunity to feel safe, loved, and as if we're bringing heaven to earth the best we can for ourselves and others. And I've been listening to a lot of different new thought leaders lately, and they said, in the future, everything's based on resonance. Well, of course. And like-minded people will form bubbles of communities. Of course. And there you go. Be this resonance of that which you are seeking, and then it's a match. So blessings on your week. I'll see you next week. And I'm Jan Jorgensen at soundandlighthealingarts.com.